Coachman Energy Operating Company, CEOC, releases initial 6 months results of secondary oil recovery project in Barton County, Kansas. Low salinity waterflood expected to yield 100,000 barrels of new reserves, says CEOC Chief Operating Officer Randall Kenworthy. Coachman Energy Operating Company, LLC, CEOC, today announced the initial results of a waterflood project that began in mid-September 2017 after the successful conversion of the Huslig No. 1 into an enhanced recovery water injection well. At the 6-month mark, the 3-well Huslig field is producing over 25 barrels of oil per day and rising, up from 8 barrels a day prior to start. The Huslig waterflood, which should reach peak daily production in 12 to 18 months, is expected to recover at least 1 additional barrel of oil for every 2 barrels of primary recovered oil, adding over 100,000 barrels of new reserves. Since moving into the Mid-Continent region in early 2015, Coachman Energy Operating Company has spent significant resources identifying secondary recovery opportunities throughout our acreage. Now, our efforts are starting to pay off, says Randy Kenworthy, CEOC's Chief Operating Officer. All in, the Huslig waterflood represents a capital investment of under a third of the cost needed to drill and complete a single well in the area, not to mention bypassing the risk of drilling a dry hole. Now, with prices climbing over the $60 per barrel mark, each additional ultra-low-cost barrel produced through this waterflood represents the opportunity for significantly enhanced project returns. Waterflooding is a secondary recovery method where water is introduced into an existing pressure-depleted multi-well field, thereby increasing pressure to displace remaining oil and move it into the well bore. In addition, the Huslig is a low salinity waterflood, which is expected to recover even more oil than a traditional waterflood. The University of Wyoming conducted the pioneering research on low salinity waterflooding, with additional research and recent implementation in the Middle East and other oil regions. Discovered in 2009 in Barton County, Kansas, the Huslig field is a small 3-well pool primarily in the Lansing, Kansas City Carbonate Formation, having produced approximately 180,000 barrels to date under primary recovery. It has approximately 40,000+ barrels of remaining primary reserves. The Huslig waterflood is the first of several waterfloods Coachman Energy Operating Company has planned in Kansas and Nebraska between now and 2020. About Coachman Energy Operating Company. Coachman Energy Operating Company, LLC, CEOC, is a Denver-based independent oil and natural gas producer with reserves and significant running room in the Mid-Continent's Central Kansas Uplift and Western Colorado's Piceance Basin. CEOC oversees engineering, drilling and completion, geology, reservoir analysis, and project management services with the goal of maximizing asset performance and value on behalf of its working interest partners.